In this Pipedrive tutorial video, we'll be talking about everything you need to know to use the Pipedrive mobile app in 2023. Let's dive into it. Okay, so the first thing I want to mention when we look at the Pipedrive mobile app is understanding what it is designed for. If you look at this page right here, the page to download it, I'm on the iOS version of the App Store here. We can see that when we pull up Pipedrive, here's the Pipedrive logo right here. It does not say Pipedrive mobile app. It does not say, it does not mention that it's really a full CRM. What it says right here in the title is CRM Sales Tracker by Pipedrive, Lead and Prospecting Sales Pipeline. So right there, that gives you an idea of this is not supposed to be the full robust web version of Pipedrive, but rather it's supposed to help you with your sales tracking and a little bit of kind of maintenance while you're on the road. So what that means is that this Pipedrive mobile app, we know right off the bat, is not going to have the projects available. It's not going to have the campaigns available. It's not going to let you to allow you to edit or customize your Pipedrive account from the mobile app. That's if you're on your iPhone, your Android phone, or even from an iPad. You can't customize it unless you're in the web app. So with that out of the way and that understanding that this is not supposed to be a full kind of replacement or duplicate of the web app, we can get into what it can do and what it can't do and how to use it. So you just logged into your mobile app for the first time and you want to know how you can navigate it and what you can do. You'll notice that most of the navigation is here at the bottom of your screen where you have these 5 different tabs. We have the Focus tab first. We have the Deals tab right after that, Activities tab next, Contacts tab, and more. It's navigating throughout these different tabs that you'll be able to find your activities, your pipelines, and leads. A couple more features, but that's the bulk of it right there. So in this first tab here, the Focus tab, this is where you're able to quickly search for anything in Pipedrive using the search bar. We'll look at that a little bit more in detail, and also look at any overdue activities that you have and emails that are unread will pop up right here as well. You'll also be able to see a list of your activities for the next 7 days will pop up under each header right here. And the other important thing that you have the focus section is the quick add button, this green button right here where you can quickly add in an activity, deal, lead, organization, or person. The next tab that we have is the Deals tab. In the Deals tab, what you'll see is that deals are broken down into pipeline. One important thing to note is that you cannot see your deals in list view. You can only see deals in pipeline view. In order to switch pipelines, you can switch between the pipelines right here, and you can pull up your filters here in the top right-hand corner. We'll go into a little bit more details in a bit. I'm just trying to give you an overview to start out. The next tab that we have here right in the middle is the Activities tab. With the Activities tab, you can see your activities both in list view or kind of card view, I'd say not full list view, and in calendar view as well. You're able to filter like you are on almost everything else in Pipedrive, and you're able to work your way down your activities list here. The next tab that we have over is the Contacts tab. Just like in the Pipedrive web app, you're able to look at your people list and your organization list right here. And then you can see that there's a few more features that we'll talk about later. But basically, you're able to see your organizations and people just like you would in Pipedrive. The next tab that we have is the More tab. It's actually within the More tab that we have a couple more useful features like the Leads inbox right down here, the Insights tab so you can see your reports and dashboards that you've built out in the mobile app, as well as a few more helpful features like Nearby where you can see where your clients are located on a map, and being able to track who's mentioned you and who's left you comments right here. It's also in this More section that you have some of the settings that are important, like the preferences right here that will help you figure out what to do. For example, when you want to send an email, do you want Pipedrive to redirect you to your Gmail account, to your Outlook account, what apps you have on your phone, and just a few more things here. Right? Okay, so we've talked about the general navigation of Pipedrive, but let's go in. We're going to click pretty much every button within the app so you have a really good idea of how it all works. Going back to this focus screen here, let's go button by button. At the very top, we have the search bar. When you start searching for something in Pipedrive mobile app right here, you're going to notice that the search results are broken down into 3 different categories instead of the 5 or 6 different categories that you have on the web app. You have all, which will give you all of your results. You have contacts, which will give you people and organization results. And you have sales, which will give you lead and deal results right here. Now, just like on the web app, you can just go through them and then click on the result that you want to open up that file. Right under the search bar, this is where you have, again, your schedule for today and the next couple of days. It will show up down here. Right here, you have the activities that are overdue, and then the button right next to that would be your email. So with activities overdue, if you just want to take a look at it, you can just click on the activities list, and it'll pull up that overdue activities list for you. Right here below, this will show you all the activities that you have open due for these different days right here. If you like to add in a new activity, you can do that very easily just by hitting the add button under each of the days. It will automatically choose the day that you put it under. But then in addition to that, you're able to edit the activity and set it up as you would anywhere else. You have the subject line up top, right? You have the ability to change the activity type right here. You have the ability to choose when the event is, what day and time. You're able to add note right here. To save a note, you just hit the back button. And you're able to record an audio note attached to the activity as well. You also have the ability to link the activity to people, organizations, deals, and leads, and add in additional details as necessary. Once you've finished creating the activity, just hit the save in the right-hand corner, and you'll be good to go. That activity will pop up under the day that you scheduled it for. The other button that maybe you may or may not miss when you're working in this mobile app is the green button right here. This is a quick add button. On the mobile app, it's a lot more, useful than, say, on the web app. But right here, you can just hit the green button and you can add in activities, deals, leads, organizations, or people. We'll talk about adding those in a separate section. All right, so 1 tab down, 4 more to go. Let's move on to the deals tab. In the deals tab here, like we mentioned before, you're able to see your deals just in pipeline view, not in list view. You can switch between your pipelines in the top center right here. And you're able to switch between pipeline stages just by swiping left and right. You'll notice this bar right here will give you an update of what stage you're in visually along the pipeline. All right, at the top left-hand corner here, you have your filters. For deals, you're able to use the default filters as well as custom filters in your account as well. Now, apart from that, you have the add deal button right here, top right-hand corner. And here you can go in and add a deal. You can search for the person. And add in the deal title as you want. Add in the value. And other details as you typically would for any other deal. You can see up top you have the standard system data, pipeline stage, and then you have the custom field data down here below. All right, so once you have a deal created, let's look at how you can manage and edit a deal card in Pipedrive. We're inside the deal card right now, right? If you're just in the pipeline view, just click on the deal. And you're going to notice that we have the header information up top here, deal title and deal value right here, as well as the contact person and the organization attached to the deal. We have the visualization of the pipeline down right here below. You can switch pipeline stages just by hitting the arrows to the right or to the left. Right below that, you have the won and lost buttons. If you choose the lost button, you'll be asked to choose the lost reason. Now, under this is where some people get confused. This is where you have the timeline section and the details section right here. Make sure that you see these two buttons. The timeline section will show you the focus, right? So what activities you have coming up, as well as a list of all previous activities. That would be notes, activities, emails, all of that would show up right here. If you go to the details view, this is where you can see all of your custom field data, what would usually be in the sidebar. If you want to add to the custom field data right here, you can do that just by hitting that custom field and updating it and hitting save. Right? If you want to update the kind of main header information that is not in the details section, but actually up here with the pencil icon. Right here is where you can update, again, who's connected to the deal title, deal value, all those default kind of system fields. All right. So other button here that's important not to miss is the add button within the deal file. You click the green button here, and this will give you a option of everything that you can do to add an activity, a note, a photo, audio note, or file to the deal. These audio notes is really kind of, I think, one of the best features that the Pipedrive mobile app has is the ability just to add a audio note, which would save as a recording to the deal. You're able to access that on the mobile app, and you're able to access those recordings even from the web app as well. Extremely helpful for people who are on the road. All right, so let's go on to the next tab here, the third tab, Activities tab. For the Activities tab, you are able to filter your activities just by the default filters that you have in Pipedrive, which would be, for example, the time that the activities are due and the activity types, as well as assigned to user. As far as I have with my own experience, I have not been able to see how you can use your custom filters for activities, but maybe I've just missed it. You can see here that you can click in to any activity that you want, and you're able to edit it, mark it as complete, add notes, or an audio note as well. You're able to see activities both in this kind of card list kind of view, as well as the calendar view. Obviously, for this calendar view to be even more beneficial for you, it would be if you have it synced with your actual calendar. Now, in the top right-hand corner here, you are able to add in a new activity, which we've always seen this dialog box before, where you're able to add in the activity with the activity subject up top here, activity type, due date, and due time down here below, with the ability to add in notes or a recorded note down below it as well. Once you create activity, just hit save, and it will show up in your activities list. The fourth tab over is the Contacts tab. Like I mentioned before, you're able to see your contacts both in the person, broken down into people and organizations. And then you also actually have this really helpful list of recent contacts. So whether it's a person or organization, you're able to quickly see who you recently had contact with, because if you're on the run, it's a good chance that maybe those are the people who you'll be following up with anyway. Now, to the left of top left-hand corner of the Contacts tab, you have the filter. Just notice that these filters are in relation to the specific section you're on. So if we're looking right here, when the person section, these are just the people filters. Here you'll see the system filters as well as the custom filters that you and your team have shared with you. On the right-hand side, again, this plus sign is only in relation to what tab you're in. So if you're in the person tab, this would only be add people. Whereas if you're in the organization tab, it's only to add the organization. When you do it, it's just like adding an activity or anything else in Pipedrive, where you have the details, the organization name and address up top, and then the custom fields down here below. You can click into any organization record or person record, and it's going to be pretty much the same. You're going to see, though, that you have your general tab, which will give you information about the custom fields. You have the timeline, which will give you notes, activities, and emails. And then you have sales, which is what leads and deals are this contact person or organization associated with. You notice that within the person and organization files. You also have a green button here where you can add anything that you would be from the deal file, except you can also quickly add a deal or a lead connected to that organization or person. All right, that brings us down to this last tab here. This is the More tab. In the More tab, you got a whole bunch more. First things first, if you belong to more than one Pipedrive account, you can switch accounts just by hitting the down arrow right here and switching in between accounts. Poor old me, this demo account only has access to the demo account. Right here below, we have the nearby option. This can be really helpful for you to see where your deals are on the map. I'm not going to open it because I don't want to dox myself. Right here below, we have the leads inbox. The leads inbox is the other kind of main feature of Pipedrive. I'm honestly kind of surprised that it doesn't have its own tab at the bottom here, but this leads inbox is still very useful and good to use on the run. Right here, if you hit the green button, you can quickly add a lead, and you're able to filter your leads right here. You're able to filter using default filters, and it also looks like you're able to filter based off of custom filters. You're able to switch between your leads inbox and your leads archive right here. And you're able to search your active leads right here as well using the search bar. The lead card is very similar to the deal card, where the header data up top, a button to convert the lead into the deal or archive the lead, as well as a timeline, notes, activities, next steps, and details, the custom field data. If you want to edit the main system fields of the deal, just hit edit of the lead up top, and you can update the contact person, organization, deal title, and lead value right there. All right. Let's go back to the More tab. You can hit the back button to get out of the leads inbox. And right here, let's talk about a little bit more. Here, you're able to see mentions and comments. Mention and comments is where you'd see a list of times that people have commented on a thread that you're involved in, or mentioned you in a note. This can be really helpful to keep up on sales conversations while you're on the road. Now, when I move down just a little bit more, we have an important thing right here, which is preferences. In the preferences section, you can confirm the language of your app, as well as whether you want to log your calls from your phone in Pipedrive. And then 3 more really important things right here is open locations in. So first, you can choose whether you want to open your locations in the nearby section in Google Apps or Apple Maps or whatever. I guess Android, maybe if they have another option for that. And then send emails in, right? So we'll talk about sending emails from Pipedrive, but you have the option to choose where do you want to send those emails out of. From Gmail, Apple Mail, Outlook, whatever mobile apps for emailing you have in your phone, you should be able to select that to send an email, right? Then we have call integrations as well. Right here you can see what you can call with, and so on and so forth. Notifications are also helpful to figure out what you want to be notified by within the mobile app. So one thing that I talked about really quickly, but I want to talk a little bit more about, is communicating from within the mobile app. So when you're talking on the mobile app in Pipedrive and you want to communicate with clients, Pipedrive will always redirect you to the other apps, right? So you have the opportunity, as long as the contact person you're trying to connect with has a phone number and email listed in Pipedrive, you have the opportunity to send them an SMS message, send them or call them, or to email them. So in this case, for example, if I want to send an email, I'm going to hit this message icon right down here. When I do, you can see that I have the option to send an email. Now, I'm in one of my demo accounts right now. I don't have email templates set up, but typically when you first hit the email button, it's going to pull up another tab. Typically when you hit that email button, it's going to pull up another a dialog box asking if you want to send an email without template, or if you want to use one of your Pipedrive templates. If you do have a template, then it will pull that right into your Gmail account or whatever email app that you're using. The other thing that you should see happen is that the BCC of that deal ID, of that specific deal, will show up within the email as well. Right at this very moment, it's actually not happening, but I know that typically works, so that email will show up on the correct deal file. So right here, then you're able just to craft your message if you're doing it alone, right? And send the message as you normally would from your mobile app. So after you send your email, hopefully in not too long, you should be able to see the email pop up in your focus section of your deal file or your contact record. One of these sections here that I jumped over was the Insights tab. The Insights tab is great for seeing your reports and your dashboards on the run. In this case, what you're able to see is your dashboards that you have. If you have multiple dashboards, you're able to select right here, and you're able to filter your dashboards just like you are from the web app by a date period or by the user. You're able to also search for reports and dashboards using this search bar right here, where you're quickly able to search for reports within the dashboard or the dashboard itself. So I hope this Pipedrive tutorial helped to demystify the Pipedrive mobile app for you and your team so you can start taking advantage of it while you're on the road. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and also subscribe. We're trying to reach 100 subscribers by the end of July of this year. Also, if you want to watch more of our tutorials, we have a whole bunch more on our YouTube channel, and we look forward to seeing you in the next one.